Hi, my name is Lewis, and I like to talk to myself. I like to ask myself questions, and I like to answer them. So here we go. Completely random too. First question, Lewis, do you believe in God? I believe that there is some kind of energy or force in the world that is positive, and some people call it God, some people call it Allah, some people just see it as the universe, positive energy, love. God can be interpreted as several things, So do I believe? Yeah, I believe. Maybe I'm not a Christian or a Muslim or anything, but I believe there's something right in line with what people call a God. So Lewis, does that mean the devil's real? Just like God, just like my opinions with God, opinions with the devil is it's a dark force, a bad force, good and God and devil is just good and evil. That's all that really is, and that exists within each individual, rather than some whimsical fucking fictional story in a book written thousands of years ago, millions. I don't know. I'm not very educated in theology, but I would say God and Satan are just good and evil, the good and evil energies of this world. And when you take two babies, and one grows up to be the super fucking, I don't know, Tom Brady or something, and then one grows up to be Jeffrey Dahmer. The point is, they both started as babies, and the energy of good went into Tom Brady, the energy of winning, the energy of ambition, the energy of wanting to make his mark on the world in a positive way, play sports, be healthy. He fed into that energy, and Mr. Dahmer wanted to suck and fucking eat, and that's all. And that's some dark shit. That's some what he got into is some dark shit. So the energy of good and evil exists. That's what I believe. Next question. Excuse me, Lewis. What are your views on trans people? Look. Nothing wrong. If you're a tranny, there's nothing wrong. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm using your titles in the wrong way. I don't know what's offensive and what's not these days, but we're going no filter on this vlog. Okay, I think trans people, it's live the way you want to live. But I think there's something to be said about doing things behind closed doors and not going into the public and being overly proud of and putting sexuality at the forefront of your identity is not a good thing. I don't think straight people should do it. I don't think gay people should do it. I don't think the whole gender and sexuality conversation is just, it's a private thing, But yeah. There's nobody prouder than somebody from the trans community, And I'm not hating on them. I think, they're just doing what they know to do. Maybe they were pushed around, bullied, and that's why they feel they have to overcompensate. And I do think, even if they say they're living in their truth now, I do think something went a tad wrong there, It's sad to say. There's probably somebody gonna watch this and get offended, but it's the truth to me. But I don't hate anyone, Do what you got, do what I want to do, man. I don't know. I don't know about this fucking cat people and that kind of shit. Gay, trans, yeah, okay, that's been around for all time. For all time, there's always been some. So, but this whole in fucking Berlin, I think it was, these guys walking around like dogs. No. That's absolute stupidity. I'm sorry, I draw a bit of a line there. Do that behind closed doors, man. Be normal. In society, we gotta all get along, bro. Whether what race you are, black, white, Asian, whatever, islander, whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, transsexual, pansexual, whatever the fuck you are. All these things are irrelevant when you come into society, when you're going to a job or a school or uni. You need to get along, bro. That's all that really matters. Get along, inject positive energy into that interaction, even though we all have too much differences. So despite differences, we need to inject positive energy, and that it goes back to that first question, you know. God can exist even with all this around, even with all this variety. Maybe this variety was meant to be. Maybe even God knows it, you know. We get like religious people going, you know, you're sinning, you're doing this, you're doing that. Who's worse? A trans person out in the open, showing everybody, hey, look at me, I'm loud and proud. Or a Christian, a super religious Christian, Muslim, Jew, whatever, that follows the laws and does most of his life in a religious way, but then he has this one kinky fetish where he goes and fucks transsexuals. That exists, bro. That exists.